Hey guys, it's Hulk again. This is another deck video. Really, it's just a re-upload because my last one of this, the quality wasn't that good. It's kind of dark. I was pretty tired, but anyways, I'm awake now and I got the deck all back the way it was, so I can redo this and I'll try and explain some of it because I posted this on Pojo and people were wondering what some of the cards were for. I think most of it is obvious, but I'll try and explain it the best I can. So here we go. Monsters. Stratos, just your basic searcher. It's Destiny Hero is one of the main engines in the deck, so this searches out your D heroes, and it's level 4 for Exceeds and a Wind for Darksimorg. It's just really good. Diamond Dude, searchable with Stratos, searchable with Rhoda. Those are my only two targets, but it's worth it if you don't search this with Stratos. Another level 4 for Exceeds. Its effect is really good because there's a lot of normal spells in this deck, and yeah, it's D Hero, Dart, all those basic uses. 2, Destiny Hero Malicious. Not a lot of people run Malicious just because he's at 2, or just because you could draw both in your hand, and that does suck most of the time. But not only is this card good in general, but even if I draw both, there are ways that I can make it still work. Like, I know there's Pot of Avarice, obviously that's one. But I'm also running Torbus with my Tour Guide engine, so that can bring one back to the deck, so it's another possibility. But other ways you can use this, I know a lot of people don't even think about it, but you can tribute for this. In some cases, there are good plays to tribute for this dude, but I think my favorite way to use this, other than using Destiny Draw and Synchroing, is with Trigodia. You can discard this with Trigodia's effect to steal your opponent's level 6 monster, and I honestly don't have one in my extra deck, but if you do, you can use his effect on this again, change it to level 6, and exceed with his monster and the useless second Malicious, and bring out like Photon Strike Bouncer or something. But there's just a lot of good plays. Malicious is definitely worth using in this build. Dasher, another card that not a lot of people use in their D Hero engines. It's another tribute guy. Has a decent effect because you play a lot of tokens in this deck, and a lot of monsters can worth getting rid of sometimes. So he can be a 31 beat stick, get over BLS and a lot of big dudes. And his effect is, his other effect's really good. Like if he's in the graveyard and you draw a monster, that can help a lot because there's a couple of tribute possible monsters in this deck that could be special summoned with his effects. Or you might just want to be able to summon two guys anyways, but he's really good, and there's other monsters that you'll see soon that he's good with too. Destiny Hero Plasma. This card is amazing, especially in this deck. Not a lot of people play this card, but I always run Scapegoat in my decks that run this guy, but this deck is able to summon tokens like crazy also, so I can just get rid of them, or I can get rid of monsters that I want in the graveyard anyways. It's just really easy to summon, and with the skill drain on your opponent's side of the field, it's really good. Okay, moving on. The Plant Engine starts Loonfire, then Dandelion, then Spore. That's the Plant Engine now because we lost our Glow Bulb, but it's still really good since we still have Spore at 1 and stuff. But yeah, don't really need to explain the Plant Engine much. You should be able to get that. Okay, 2 Debris that moved up by 1, so yeah, we have 2 now. It's really, really good. I always play 2 or 3 Black Rose Dragons, especially since Bottomless can stop its effect now. But yeah, this gives you a second chance, and I can easily bring out Black Rose, and it's You can bring out other guys too, like Orient Dragon, Iron Chain, Scrap Dragon, Stardust. There's lots of different choices, and it's all really easy to make too. Like, even if you can't synchro anymore, if you run out of spaces for him, you can always just bring back a dude, tribute him, and whatever it was, bring out Plasma or something. So he's always useful, and he's a win for Darks and Morgue, which you'll see later. Tour Guide engine is 2 Tour Guides, a Sengen, that's the basic engine, and a lot of people have been running like Night Assailant, but I liked Horbus in this deck. I was thinking about running Possessed Dark Soul, which I do in my Chaos Stun, but Torbus, it's just really good in this build, specifically. Almost every monster in this can be used in extra time, and you can target your opponent's graveyard too. You'll never know when that could help also. And with Tour Guide at 2 now, I can always just use my first Tour Guide to bring out this. If I draw like the second one, or Sengen or whatever, and if he kills my Exceed dude, I can just put the Tour Guide in the graveyard back and use the other one again or something. So it's really good. Try that out. Gore's just basic. Not played in every deck, I know, because of like continuous cards and stuff, but I think, yeah, the only continuous card in this deck is called Haunted, which can easily be destroyed, which is also really good in this because you can chain it with a lot of monsters. So yeah. Okay, 1 Tragodia instead of 2. Some people don't even play it at all, but I really like it in this deck. As I said before, it does have a lot of uses, and there's a lot of different leveled monsters in this deck, so you can easily steal your opponent's stuff. There are chances when you can be stuck with cards you can't use yet, so you could have a full hand and make this another beat stick. You can summon it with a Dasher's effect even. Just get a free summon off of it and still use your normal summon. It's good for synchroing and exceeding with his effect also. It's just really good. Just like Gore stuff, the OTKs, all that stuff. BLS, he's like the best monster in the game. Don't really need to explain that. Darks and Morgue, personal favorite tech of mine in any plant deck, really. I haven't really seen anyone play this card in plant decks, maybe like 1 or 2 guys randomly on YouTube or something. But anyways, he's really, really good because there's a good amount of win targets in here. I think I have like 4 or 5 wins in here. And you already know I play Darks with the Destiny Draw engine. But yeah, he's really, really good. You can tribute summon him. You can bring him out with Dash's effects, and he can bring himself back by removing from the hand as well. He's good. Try him out. And the last are 2 effect failures. Pretty self-explanatory. And they're my lights for BLS. It's only 2 lights, but the extra deck, there's extra deck monsters that are light attribute also. So here's the spells. 3 Destiny Draws. Just play 3 now. It's at 3, and Destiny Draw is good. Staple spells are Dark Hole, Heavy Storm, and Monster Reborn. Don't need to explain them. Mind Control, because it's a synchro-based deck, and it's just a good card overall that everyone wants banned. Reinforcements of the Army, searching for your Stratos and Destiny Hero Diamond Dude, pretty much. It's pretty much it, but it's still worth it. Scapegoat. Like I said, I play this in every deck that I use Plasma in, and it's just good. It's good overall. I mean, you can stop 4 attacks, use it for synchro summoning, all that stuff. It's good. Pot of Avarice, just some people consider it staple. I'd say semi-staple, but it's good in any deck that puts monsters in the graveyard a lot. So this one does. So there it is. Foolish Burial. Just good in this deck. There's a lot of guys in this deck that you like in the graveyard, so it's a really good card. And last is 1 for 1. I have 3 level 1s in there. I think the 2 effect failures and Spore. So this is worth it too, because it can also get your effect fail in the grave for BLS if you had that in your hand or whatever. Or you can bring out Spore, then uses effect later, you know. Alright, anyways, traps. 2 Torrentals, staple pretty much. 2 Mirror Force, in my opinion, is a staple, but I know a lot of people just say don't run Mirror Force these days because it's too easy to destroy. Okay, that's fine. Your Torrential has the same speed, I don't care. I honestly don't care what anyone says. Mirror Force is my favorite trap card. I'm always going to run Mirror Force. I don't care what anyone says. Okay. 2, Call the Haunteds. You know, a lot of people play 3 if they do play it. But 2 just works in the deck. I mean, I could play 3, but the deck is so balanced that I don't know what I'd even take out. So, yeah, 2. And the last is Solemn Judgment. So that's it for the main deck. I guess I can show you the extra. It's not really important because with plant decks, you can pretty much run whatever you want, really. I mean, nothing really specific. Just make it however you want. Alright, start with the Synchros. I got 1 Stardust, 1 Iron Chain. I chose this over Orient Dragon just because of its attack points, so it can like tie with other stuff. And you never know, its effect could deck out the opponent. Very rarely, but possible. Mistworm. This is in no order either. My extra deck's not ordered or anything like that. Anyways, yeah, Mistworm. It's like the only level 9 I have in here, but it's good. Colossal Fighter. Pretty much another staple synchro, but I have a lot of warriors in here, so that's good too. Armory Arm. It's pretty much another staple synchro, and you know the OTK with BLS with that. Formula Synchron, play this in any deck that you can, pretty much. Catastor, another staple synchro. Black Rose, and a second Black Rose, because it's really, really good, especially in a deck that runs the Breeze with the Plane Engine. Hyper Librarian, just play it in any deck that synchros a lot, pretty much. And that's it for the synchros. Here's the Exceeds. Number 17, Leviathan Dragon. Just because he's a beat stick and he can get up to 3,000 eventually. Easy summon, you know, tour guide, play him. Play tour guide, you get out a free 25 beat stick. That's pretty much how it is. Levier the Sea Dragon. You know, a lot of people just consider this a staple now for some reason. I know it's really good, but I don't see how it can be played in every single deck.